Good evening, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. We have breaking news coming out of the California State Bar once again in relation to Kaplan taking over the creation of the California bar exam. So, if you are taking the bar in February 2025, July 2025, of course, this will apply to in every subsequent exam, but primarily for February 2025, you really want to pay attention because there are several things up in the air, and I don't want you to get worried. It's going to get sorted out. It's just the California bar is a little bit in a limbo state. So let me explain what's going on. Last week, and excuse me for having my laptop out, but I want to read from, this is the ABA Journal, going over the order of the California Supreme Court. They put the brakes on the State Bar of California's plans to launch a proprietary bar exam created by Kaplan for February 2025. Now, just to be clear, the California Supreme Court dismissed the petition by the State Bar without prejudice. So they're going to bring the petition again to have Kaplan create the multiple choice exam. And it should be ready, they're saying, by February 2025, which I think is definitely a stretch still. It was a procedural issue. So the Committee of Bar Examiners is ultimately responsible for making decisions on the bar exam. And the California Supreme Court said that the California Committee of Bar Examiners did not get approval procedurally before the submission by the State Bar to the California Supreme Court. So on a procedural technicality, the State Bar now is going to meet September 30th, and they are going to seek the approval of the Committee of Bar Examiners that they did not do before, and likely they will get the approval for the Kaplan multiple choice. So everything should be fine, and we should have the new questions for February 2025. But again, this is just assuming everything procedurally works out in front of the court. There's also the issue of the remote exam. And so right now, there is going to be some uncertainty, a lot of uncertainty regarding whether or not February 2025 is going to be in person or remote. So what's going to happen, let me just get to that place in the article. Applications will still be available October 1st. Okay, and the court allowed the bar to push back the application date to October 15th. However, the State Bar does still intend to release and open up enrollment October 1st for the February exam. And at that time, if you're enrolling, you're going to choose if you want remote or in person. But you don't know what's really going to be on the table because there's been no official decision and approval from the California Supreme Court. So it's definitely going to put a stall in a lot of people's plans, especially out-of-state applicants, international applicants that have to fly into California to take an in-person exam that would not have to do so for a remote version. So again, there's going to be this limbo feeling for sure going into February in the next couple months. We may not know everything conclusively until October, maybe early November, when results come out for the July 2024 exam. So by the time results come out early the first week of November, I believe anyone that happens to not pass will have answers and know, okay, if I have to retake it, am I going to take it in person or remote? The point, okay, what's the point of all of it? It's really just that the California Supreme Court, who has to put the final seal of approval on Kaplan doing this new version, multiple choice of the exam, is put on pause right now for a procedural technicality by the California Supreme Court. And the State Bar is going to meet September 30th, hopefully get the approval that is needed by the committee of bar examiners, and then resubmit the approval to the California Supreme Court. And I believe the multiple choice questions will for sure get approved, and everyone will have the new questions being tested. However, the remote versus in person is really what's really questionable, and I'm not sure what they're going to do there. So I will make an update as soon as I have more information. But I hope this was clear. I know it's a little bit confusing. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I will respond for sure. But just be patient. If you're a student of mine, of course, or you're coming into my program, I'm going to guide you. I take the lead and I'll show you exactly, what to do. But in the meantime, just kind of sit tight. The State Bar has said all applicants should keep preparing the way that they typically prepare. So no difference in the preparation. However, you've heard me say this before, for especially, all components, but especially the performance test and essays, it's much different preparation for an in-person versus a remote exam. So that is a lot frustrating because I have to definitely prepare applicants different for in-person than online. So I really hope this decision comes forward quickly and we know so we can move adequately and accordingly. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was clear. Have a beautiful evening and start to your week. And I'll be back with more information soon. Have a good one.